Good day, my name is Montserrat Abad and I'm here with my colleague Mari Drogo. We are master's students in coffee economics and science. We're here with two coffee producers, one from Colombia and from El Salvador, to talk about the main problems they are facing in their countries recently and how we can help them with alternative and innovative solutions.
uh, from El Salvador again. We have two really big problems. One of them is the coffee leaf rust, which has made the production come down like for 83%, and it's been a huge loss, especially in combination with late rains, which makes like many farms produce like 1 bag per hectare, and we have like a lot of cases like that, and yeah, we need support from the government, which hasn't been that great lately.
I'm Christian, I'm from Colombia. Okay, for us, as I can see, some of the main problems that we have right now, first one is the coffee berry butter, which is a big problem, and even in some regions you can find 15% of the coffee production with this problem, which is like a really high cost for us. Secondly, and in my opinion, the worst problem that we have is the lack of labor. Nowadays, young people, they don't want to work with us. They don't want to work in the farms. They find more opportunities working in towns because, as they can see, the prices of the coffee are not really good to support the expenses of the farms. The salaries are not really good. So nowadays, they prefer to go and work in the town or in the cities than continue working at the family farms or working with us. So I don't know, what do you think, Angel? But for me, the main problem nowadays is the lack of labor.
No, that's totally true. Like families up in the farms, like today, young people, before when these teenagers were going to school, they had their vacation, they would end up going and pick coffee because vacations were correlated with the harvesting in our country. And nowadays, like we were saying, like production has gone down and prices are very low, so there's not too many money coming from the producers, and they cannot pay that much of labor. So people are like these teenagers nowadays who belong to these families, because it is a usual thing in our countries that these people go with their families to pick up the coffees, and it's something cultural. But nowadays they just prefer going like downtown to the big cities, find good jobs, and yeah, you're right. I mean that's a huge problem we're dealing with nowadays.
Yeah, unfortunately, we are not like Brazil, where they can apply different technologies for harvesting, for cropping, everything. In our countries, as we are in the mountains, it's really hard to grow the coffee, to harvest the coffee with the machines.
It's different in our case. Yeah, you just can't invest in machines. I mean, it's has no sense. Yeah.
So you need people to go work in your farms.
Exactly, but
Yes.
then that's the other problem we're talking about. Lack of labor. They just prefer going somewhere else. So we need incentives.
Okay, today officially, my colleague and I, we are launching to the market the coffee platform www.CoffeeLink.org, which is a non-profit organization created to connect all coffee growers and all travelers around the world to create a solution for the lack of labor that farmers are lacking currently. We also want to provide different vacancies for the activities in the farm in all parts of the season: harvesting, growing, benefit, and exporting. So we want to create an experience with volunteering for a period of time, and the return to the travelers will be food and work in the farms.
Well, for these platforms, the farmer will need to subscribe and to fill in a profile where they're gonna provide all the information, the pictures of the farm, to describe the activities the travelers are gonna do there, the conditions of the facilities where they're gonna stay, and also the travelers will need to subscribe, fill in a profile also, provide all the information and describe themselves to provide a motivation why they want to do this travel to the farm, why they want to learn, why they want to do during their stay in the farms, what they are willing to exchange with the farmers. Also, the platform will be the media where the farmer and the traveler are going to be in touch to generate trust before and after the staying of the travelers at the farm.
To generate reliability on the page, each farmer and user will be verified by reviews between both of them to make the profiles more attractive and also make it more attractive for other travelers and also to the farms so they can interact. The platform will be funded by a one membership fee of $10 per farm. At the same time, we will charge the farms $5 per each person that we get a job for them in the farm. To keep the platform working, we will also look for sponsors in the traveling business, in the travel sector, and also the coffee publicity that we can generate in the platform. The plan initially is to start working in South and Central America, but eventually we want to keep growing to provide this service in Africa and Asia. And at the end, make this a viable solution to the problems that are lacking in coffee farming and picking. We consider this platform a very good and viable option to help the problem of lack of labor and people working in the farm. At the same time, I think it's an adventurous offer for experienced travelers and people that want to get out and do something new with their lives, and also learn about the wonderful world of coffee.
So guys, this is the idea we come up with to help you find people that want not just to do touristic travel, but to live the experience in a farm as a worker and really live what is going on and learn what is happening in the field, in origin, when you produce coffee. So you, as a farmer that can offer this kind of unique lifetime experience for all the world travelers out there, what do you think about?
I think it's a great idea you have come up with, because taking into account the problems we have mentioned before, lack of labor especially, so it's great that we're gonna get to have new people from other places so that they can know the coffee culture, how the coffee industry works actually. Mm-hmm. And at the same time they will be able to spread the knowledge they have learned on the way all over the world, so people will get to know how things really work in origin.
For me, as a backpacker and coffee grower, it's an amazing idea, because sometimes when you are traveling, you don't have another option where to stay. You are looking something cheap. Sometimes people are trying to find places to stay for free, and this one is a great idea, because while you are traveling, you can work, you can learn. So at the same time, it's like an exchange of cultures, exchange of work. So for me, it's a completely amazing idea what you have right now.
Well, yeah, for us is possible interaction between the origin and the consumer, and we can put them together through this platform and make everything easier, friendly, and possible for them to do a different travel. Travelers want this kind of choices and options out there. So, Mario?
We think this will create a big impact in the coffee industry and also in the traveling industry. I think it's a revolutionary platform, and I'm really glad you guys like it, because it's going to be an excellent idea. I'm sure of it.
I'm sure I will enjoy that
too.
Yes.